Welcome everyone, my name is Kriva. This is Stellaris Utopia, playing on the Adams 1.6.1 patch, and if you followed yesterday's video on the Peacock consciousness, you might know that the game is lost. Basically, we were at the end of that episode. I was in 3 wars, had 0 fleet left, and everything went to hell. Basically, they changed with this 1.6.1 hotfix patch. They added that devouring swarms now get a massive -1,000 penalty on any relations with their neighbors. And my neighbors were all not happy with us being a devouring swarm. So, I just created a new race to start playing, and we're basically the United Jurinn worlds. Give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuge of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless tempest-tossed, to me. I live my lamp beside the golden door. I think something went wrong right about there. I lift. Okay, so that is my spelling error. I lift it, not life it. Anyway, no. I'm fixing this. Anyway, in the vast darkness of space, one must hold the door open and be a shining beacon to guide any lost people on their way to find a new home. In this galaxy, the Jurinn are that beacon. Now, we are a reptilian species. I actually quite like this color scheme as well. We have Reptilian 2 with JSS, the Jurinn spaceship. Traits: we are charismatic, adaptive, and slow breeders. Basically, this is going to be a game where I try to form a massive federation of people around us. That's at least my goal. And our ruler is President Zerax. For now. Anyway, we come from Ocean Worlds. The world of Jurandar in the Jurinn system. Reptilian City. Government and ethics. So we are fanatic, egalitarian, and xenophile, which means we must have democratic government. So we're democratic. We allow utopian living standards, cannot have impoverished living standards for full citizenship species, cannot have migration controls for full citizenship species, which gives us massive amounts of faction influence and reduction in consumer goods costs. But we are, of course, forced to have more than impoverished standards as well for full citizenship. And on top of that, if we could combine it with Fanatic Xenophile, you must always give aliens full citizenship. That would be ridiculous, by the way. Luckily, you can only pick 3. So the Xenophile gives us trust, growth, and diplomatic influence costs, which helps with, well, forming up a massive federation. We're also a beacon of liberty, and we are a free haven. Actually, inside the Free Haven tooltip is again the same poem. The tired, the poor, the huddled masses yearning to be free. It is a very famous poem. If you don't know it, you might have still heard of it from the way it goes. It is basically a poem by Emma Lazarus called The New Colossus. The New Colossus. Just making sure I get the name right, because it's a very important poem. It is actually inscribed on the Statue of Liberty in New York City. So, America, please, in 2020, think of that particular poem as well. Anyway, there are a couple more things that are really fitting. I want to go with parliamentary system, because I want to get a couple of factions out there that are just going to be ridiculously overpowered and strong within our civilization. Hopefully keep them all happy, as most of them happy, and just get influence like crazy. That is our thing. Going to be our thing. Even though I like efficient bureaucracy, I also like pacifist. I want to have more core sector systems, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, the Empire name, the United Jurinn Worlds. I like this, actually. It's a cool flag design. It's like a planet. Hopefully we actually get a ring world on our home world, or a ring. We use projectile weapons. I'm gonna set the entirety of the I'm going to set the entire galaxy in hyperspace again, because I think it breeds more conflict. and is just more interesting to play with. So the United Jurinn worlds, huge map, spiral, 22-7. I'll put this on 4 this time. Habitable. I still find it ridiculous. I'm not sure if you've seen my last episode, but apparently my northern neighbor had a system with 5 habitable planets. And it was only in 1.25 times, so that's ridiculous. I mean, if you put it on 5 times as many habitable worlds, there's actually a very high chance there are systems with 5 or 6 planets that are habitable. But on 1.25, the AI lucked out. AI aggressiveness is fine. Difficulty, I'm going to put this on hard for now. Hyperdrive forced. Empire placement is random. Advanced neighbors off, please. Endgame crisis, Iron Man on. Now I'm putting it on hard instead of insane. But I'm putting it on hard because the game is not that hard for me anymore. It gives a little bit more of a challenge. And we are going to play Federation games, so we're going to have the AI liking us anyway. Hopefully we get some of the, well, species that like us next to us. I'm actually going to take one more AI, and a total of 25% of the entire population is already advanced. But there won't be our neighbors, that's fine. Okay, let's load into the game. Hopefully we get a... In the eon since the first primitive, we do not have a ring, but we have a moon. I like that. Driven forward by steady scientific progress and armed conflicts between nation-states became increasingly rare. The framework for a global democratic government was eventually laid, and when the last holdouts voluntarily joined, we stood united as a single nation. Now, after the discovery of the Hyperlane network, the finest minds of the United Jurinn worlds have finished development of the first hyperdrives. The stars themselves are finally within our grasp. We have a size 20 planets. That is lucky, definitely. We also have some open rooms, which makes it quite easy to pick one to build the autochthon monument on. You are definitely going to start with surveying the moon. The moon called Jurinn. Oh, and we're on the outside. That's actually, defensively speaking, very good for us. Hopefully there's no one tucked in here, which would be really weird. But yeah. That's nice. Let's see. Tough choice. I'm still gonna go with solar panel. Definitely want growth speed early on, and powered exoskeletons is always a nice beginning on that one as well. Virtuos has a massive pulsar. It's bright when you zoom in. Bloody, I'm not sure what that is again. I actually might need to survey it to know what it is. There's a 12 ocean world next door. Can you see that? Yeah, that's... So we have... Actually, this one is actually in our space, but we cannot see what's in there right now. Anyway, let's unpause. Yeah, I'm still a bit miffed about the Peacock just suddenly getting dumpstered on. But I think it's just the fact that I played on 1.6.0 for the first few episodes. And was like, yeah, this is going to be fine. And then all of a sudden, 1.6.1 rolls around. We get that massive penalty for being the Devouring Swarm. Which, in fairness, we should have had from the start. But it basically made it that we're like, all of a sudden, everyone hates me and everyone is going to kill me. Instantly. That just happened. So, oh man, really? Nothing yet? Well, we do have 3 asteroids in the asteroid belt. That's one for nothing. We're going to move someone onto this, obviously. Well, him for a start. Probably going to go with the science. I always like to pull... yes. Okay, you start building that mining station immediately. I always like to pull my scientists off of science to put it on early Unity. I feel it's stronger to have at the early game. I can already move them around because it will be finished before the end of the month, which means we get our Unity on the next available tick. Construction complete. There we go. I think the really early game science is not as important. I mean, it's a massive increase, obviously. Going from 5 to 6 is 20% more, but I think that first few years, the Unity doubling is a lot stronger. Actually, let's check out if there's anything interesting in these systems. Sawomia.
Construction complete.
Well, that's our first mining network done. Let's go and build this one as soon as we can. We need to wait. There you go. Really? The save blocked me from clicking it. Bastard. Oh, we didn't check that out indeed. I'm just trying to find any habitable... Oh, there is a habitable world here. It is a Tundra 12. It's a big system, though. I do like that. Maybe there's something habitable over here. It would be interesting to know. And Gahur. Well, Gahur is empty for now. Yeah, I'll leave be a 40% failure risk one, please. Thank you. Obviously, we do have to be a lot more careful with the enemy. We did put it on hard, right?
System survey.
I don't know what it actually changed.
Construction complete.
What does it change, I wonder? I don't honestly know. Survey me. That system. Really, that's what we get? 4 minerals in our home planet. Home system. No other planets yet except this Ocean 12. Nope, nothing yet. Didn't even go to Wild Barrel. Really? Why not? Yay, there it is. A 14. Well, that's quite unlucky, actually. I'll be honest. We have discovered alien life. We might not be alone. Still think that's a ridiculously small one. Now, the question is... I definitely want to go with diplomacy on this one. Early on. Would I ever go... I think... Actually, it might be a good idea to start off with 1 point in prosperity. But I do really like to boldly go. I really love to boldly go, so I'm always going to pick that. Almost always going to pick that.
System survey complete.
Gain the level. They are a roamer, which is nice. I'm just going to check Bertios. Which means you guys, instead of going here, you just go there instead. Oh, I should have actually recruited an admiral for them. Well, a 29-year-old trickster is actually quite good to have, I'd say. How is science? Still miles off. Oh, he had some stored research from that first We Found Life event, I guess. Well, it helps, I suppose. The Voltome Star Assembly.
Situation log updated.
Nope, nothing yet. Yeah, I'll build my first extra corvette. Remnants. Weeks after the Zongax something something, and why I clicked it away while I was starting to read it, I don't know either. Whatever. Not a lot of habitable worlds near us. I did put it back on 1.25, I think. I'm not sure now, though. It's a very barren start when it comes to early planets. Like, very barren.
Complete. System survey complete.
Oh, that's nice. I want to go to Widburrill. Are you... Wow. You know, I should just focus on this one first. There's like nothing yet. This is the one we have. Tundra, 12. Outside of... Every race is guaranteed 2 expansions in their starting region. At least has been the my experience with how the game is set up. You always get an area around you where there are 2 more planets you can take quite easily. So far, we have not found a single other planet except the 12 Tundra worlds. Just, that's nuts. Oh, and of course, Rebellious is empty as well. So now I do want to go to Burrill. A 23 Tomb World. Now that is useful. Why don't you just start here instead? Might be a little bit more useful. Sorry, I'm getting salty that there's like nothing here. Ooh, hello, hello. 12. It's only 12 for crying out loud. 12 ocean. You might have to take it just because it's a 12. Oh, that's... Well then, we cannot take it because it's inside a fallen empire. But 2 good things here. 1, they are stagnant ascendancy, so as long as we don't go robots, they won't hate us. 2, there's actually room to move past them. I'll leave be for now. Wait, when are you gonna be back? January. Yay. We do need corvettes to fend off the pirates when they happen. Right, I do need to fulfill my minor mandates at some point. Wow, this is one of the worst starts I've had in a long time. Truly. Yep, to boldly go. Would like to have that. Once you're done, go do that anomaly because you get a 0% anyway, now that we have to boldly go. This is a really bad start.
System survey complete.
But yeah, that's true. No. Wait, why is that 90? We aren't adaptive, are we? No, we're not. We are adaptive. Which is really nice, because when we start going down diplomacy and get dynamic ecomorphism, that gets us a lot more planets available. So at least then, this is a tomb world, which will be hard nonetheless. But we will be able to colonize planets that we shouldn't be able to colonize a lot sooner than normally. I would like to thank you all for watching this really bad start. Make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date in the future.
Situation.
And I will see you guys later.